It's bright and beautiful outside. The birds are chirping. The breeze is wonderful. I think I'm going to paint today. Yeah, I think I'm going to paint today. Oh, hey, what's up, housemates? Looks like you're here. Well, I'm happy you're able to join me. I wanted to kind of just invite you to my other space. This is the woods, one of my favorite places to be, and I'm excited that you're here. I think you'll enjoy it. You know, a few miles off, there's some other worlds I'd love for you to explore with me at some time, but today I think I'm going to relax a little bit and take in this beautiful, beautiful sunlight. Oh, and I hope you grabbed your materials, your brushes and everything, because we're probably going to paint. Do a little lesson out here, you know? Oh, and to my new housemates, welcome to the Painterfuls Paint House. I'm Justin, your instructor. Parents and guardians, welcome. Get comfortable, and we're going to have a lot of fun together. Oh, follow my Instagram page, the Painterfuls Paint House, and also like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you can stay updated on everything that we're doing next. You know, sometimes I come out here and I just close my eyes and I find the nearest tree to sit next to, and I listen to all the sounds of the leaves rustling, the squirrels running through the grass, and all the birds singing and all that stuff. It's a beautiful place to be. As I was walking into the woods, I saw this groundhog enjoying a wonderful carrot, and I thought to myself, did you bring your apple with you? And then I was just like, no, I didn't. So I'm kind of like hungry right now, but in the meantime, I hope you brought something with you before we get to this lesson, all right?
My carrot.
What
Oh
happened to your carrot?
no, I lost my carrot. It was a gorgeous carrot I found and planned to eat. What am I going to do?
Oh, the groundhog ate it. Guys, I forgot to introduce you to Bert. Bert's been a good friend of mine for quite some time. We always kind of exchange each other gifts. I give him carrots and apples and bananas and things like that, and sometimes he'll find things for me he'll give to me and leave at my front door. But right now he needs his carrot.
Can you help me find it?
Of course we can help you find it. You know what? One thing I always have is a solution. Did you bring your materials? Awesome. Okay, well I brought mine too. So let's get set up over in the grass over there, and I'm gonna get you started on getting this carrot over to Bert. Ready? Come on, let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Parents and guardians, how you doing? I need you. Come close. All right, so as you know, typically we have like three colors when we do our paintings. Like the last two, we just have three. In this particular case, we're going to use five. Now, you don't need all five. And if you have an issue with any of these colors, I can show you how to mix them or just give you the quick mixing tutorial on how to do that. So we're going to paint this carrot for Bert the bunny to get him on his way. And we want to make sure that he gets his dinner because I know what it's like to be hungry, okay? So let's get started. So of course we're going to have our magic 1-inch flat, of course. Then we have our 12 round, all right? And then of course you can get these brushes at any of your local stores right now. Stores are beginning to open up, so feel free to head to like a Walmart or something like that. You can even find these at your local craft stores. They also provide curbside pickup right now. Go ahead and grab them. I have a 9x12 canvas here. And then I have, of course, a cup of water, and then I have my palette of colors. Now, here are the colors. We have black, white, orange, yellow, and green. And I know it looks a little funny on camera, but this is actually a green. Okay, so we're going to have our carrot kind of like go down this direction. So from, we're gonna have it go like down to the right. So now orange. If you do not have orange, it's not that it's a difficult color to find, but if you don't have it, you can simply mix red and yellow together, an equal part of each, red and yellow, and you get orange. Remember, now the rule of mixing colors is it's always best to add dark to light. So if you look at the color wheel, I wish I had them right now, yellow is lighter than orange. Yellow is lighter than red. So you will be taking some yellow off to the side and adding gradual bits of red into that yellow, and then you'll get this orange, okay? If you don't have orange, yellow and red makes orange. Green. Now this green color, you can mix blue and yellow to make green. Now, of course, the same thing applies. You would take, because yellow is lighter than blue, you would take some yellow off to the side and then add some blue to that yellow until you get a nice shade of green. Okay? Of course, you're black and you're white. So the first thing we're going to do is we're not going to do a background this time, actually, because it's not necessarily important. You know, we're not making a character, or we're not making any of our friends. We're not bringing our friends to life. In this particular case, we're just getting this carrot ready for Bert. So now we're going to get this 12 round. We're going to get some water in those bristles, kind of loosen it up, get it ready, kind of dab the excess water off to the side. We're going to pull some of that orange. And we're going to start, our carrot is going to start at about, we're going to say 3 inches down from the top of the canvas on the left. And then we're going to say about 2 inches off to the left. So that's where we're going to start. So that's going to be pretty much like the highest point of the carrot, and like the kind of like the lowest point of the left side of it. So we're going to kind of just make like an outline first. This is going to be where we start, like that. Okay, so that's going to be the widest point of the carrot. Okay, feel free to reload that brush, kind of loosen up that paint, and we're going to bring this all the way down to about an inch before the bottom right corner of the canvas. Okay, so we're going to taper this, and taper means to essentially go to a finer or a smaller point. We're going to make that, and we're going to fill this in. We're going to fill all this in with our orange, like that. Now, of course, it's always helpful to have a blow dryer, as that increases the it decreases actually. So meaning that it makes it easier and allows less time to put into drawing your painting. So here's pretty much the carrot itself. Now, as you see, you can still see a little bit of white beneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then I'm going to come back over this with some more orange to kind of make sure there's no white beneath the canvas showing. All right? Be right back. All right, we're back. All right, so now we're going to reload that orange and our 12 round, and we're going to go right back over this again. You can add a little more paint if you like. You can kind of apply it so it gets a little stronger. As you see, now you notice that there's less white showing beneath, you see? Like that. Bam, look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna fill that in again. Also, guys, so if you participate, go right on ahead and follow our Instagram. The Instagram page is the Paint It Fools Paint House. And what you do is you would create the painting and then tag us. And if you tag us, I'm going to repost your picture as well as your Instagram handle on the page so that, you know, we can all see your work and give you so much credit and encouragement and wonderful words. And, you know, I think it'd be cool, you know, to kind of highlight your work as an artist. And we're going to see just how much it improves over the course of time, you know, really excited about that. So go on ahead and follow that. You can also follow me on Facebook as well. I am on Facebook as the Paint It Fools Paint House there. And of course, I can repost all of your artwork there as well. So feel free to do so. I'm looking forward to so many of your artworks. I'm like excited. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry again. I'm gonna come back with my trusty magical blow dryer. And then I'm gonna add in some of our green stalk. and then add just a couple more details, and then we're going to have Bert the Bunny on his way. All right. Now we're going to add in our leafery here. Yes, leafery. So how that is mixed is we're taking some green and yellow, or mixing that together. And we're going to kind of fill this in, and then we're going to get some darker green and kind of fill in the space behind it to make it look as if there's a shadow area of this, to make it look more 3D, you know? So what we're going to do, remember, always add dark to light. So this would be lighter than this color. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull some yellow off here, and we're going to grab some of that green. We're going to mix this together like that. Look at that. Such a nice summery green here. And it's looking marvelous. And a little bit of white we're going to add to that. Now remember, if you don't recall, and if you're a new housemate, so whenever most colors are very, very transparent, meaning that they're see-through. And sometimes you have to apply more than one layer, like I did for the carrot on the canvas, right? And sometimes if you add white to the color, it will make it more difficult for the canvas to show beneath it. So it helps to kind of do that sometimes. Maybe if you're running out of time, or if you want to just take care of that and have it to apply less than 2 layers or so, you know? So there was a little bit of white kind of like sitting here. I kind of threw that in the mix and then added it to that, okay? So I have this kind of like summery green here on my brush, and I'm going to start from here, right? Come out like that. I'm gonna make you might need a smaller brush. And we're gonna make this like that. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so now that we look like this, we have our leaf area of our carrot, right? So as you can see, you can still see just a little bit of canvas beneath there. So I'm going to dry this off again. I'm going to go back over it. And you know what? I might even grab a smaller brush for the back part, for the background. And then we'll continue. Now, although I recall saying to start from background to foreground, or from back to front. In this particular case, because the background leaves are going to be really small, you don't necessarily need to in this particular case. You could get a smaller brush, like a smaller little tiny brush, and then you can fill in this area in the back to kind of give it that 3-dimensional effect. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let me dry this off. All right, let's fill this in again. Let's fill this in again. There we go. Now we have a nice amount of that canvas covered. Okay. Now, so I have a smaller round, okay? So same round, but just a little smaller. Now, you don't necessarily have to use a round, although I recommend it if you do have a smaller one. It would really help. You know, we really want to work in this fine tip here. That's what's going to kind of help keep our brush strokes even and more detailed and controlled when we get our background, our background leaves, okay? So let's rinse out the green from our 12 round. And eventually I'm going to introduce all 3 brushes, and we're going to nickname them to make them easier for you to identify just to make it easier, you know? Let's get that water out those bristles. Okay. Now this is a 5 round, by the way. So if you wanted to get that, this is a 5 round. All right. So now we're going to have our darker green back here. That's what's going to give that illusion of, an illusion means like somewhat of a fake representation, if that makes sense. All right, so we're going to get some of this green. Now, if you notice here, let me just show you something. If you see this green, you see how you're able to see the plate under it, right? Because you're able to see the plate under it, this indicates that this is pretty transparent. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to add just a pinch of white to this. We're going to mix that in there. Like that. And then we're going to pull a little bit of this black here and mix that in there. Okay, so now we're using the fine tip of our 5 round. Remember, holding the brush far back close to the handle gives you more control. And we're going to make a little kind of like a little smaller hump there. Whoopsie. All right, so we're going to take some of that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to blend those two together and just kind of work in while this is wet. You see how it starts to look more three-dimensional. Now we're jumping a little ahead in terms of like techniques. This is a style called blending. So what we're doing is we're taking we're taking the original color, which is our light green, or more of our warm green, and we're mixing it with our cooler green. And while they're still wet, you're kind of like painting the edges together, just touching the edges. And what that does is it blends them just enough. It blends the edges together and it smooths it out. That way it looks more like how the eye perceives things. And then we can add a little bit of highlight. So highlight, we're going to take some more yellow in our original warm green mixture. Okay, and we're going to just kind of find some spots to kind of add in. Adding some white too. See? Notice I'm just making like a series of like little flickers with my wrist and my hand. Like that. All right. It looks like I cut out. So what I did was I had took some of that dark green, I added it in the back here, and then I took our original yellow and like our warm yellow or our warm green rather, and I just blended the two together. And now what I did was to kind of top it off to give it some more of like a highlight is I took more yellow to our existing green color and added a pinch of white, and I left a lot of it on the brush, and I just kind of just tapped, gently flicked in certain areas to kind of get that effect of that lightness. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a very similar kind of look for the rest of the carrot now to kind of make the carrot come to life. You know how carrots, they don't just look like solid lines, and nothing in life is just like a solid color. Everything in life has more than one color mixed into it. There's like a bunch of different shades and things. That's why things look three-dimensional, is because of how much light or darkness is in a thing, you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to make this look more realistic. I'm going to get some of that orange. I'm going to take a little bit of black. See, we have like more of like a brick red or like a brick orange color. Okay, so you know how like carrots have like those little kind of like lines in them. You know how they have like little lines like that. Kind of go along both sides, but they start on the edge, you know. Like that. And so what this does here, it makes the carrot look a little bit more three-dimensional. Just a little bit more. Now feel free to add as much as you like, but what we do is we kind of follow the form. So we follow the form of the carrot. So you follow the form like that, and then you make a curl inwards. And so you're pressing in, applying more pressure to your hand as you go in, and you curve, and then release the pressure like that off your hand. Apply pressure and curve, release. Apply pressure, curve, release, like that. Same thing over here. Apply pressure, curve, release. All right. You can get some of that, rest of that paint out that brush. If you want to add some highlights, feel free. So that will be some orange and a little bit of white. You can leave your brush, you can leave that kind of just in there a little bit like that. And just in certain spots, you can kind of just, you know, this will make it look like, you know, there's some light hitting it. Okay, there you have it. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to shake this canvas, make it come to life, and send Bertha Bunny on his way. Ready? Housemates, assemble! You know what we do next, right? Pick your paintings up, get ready to shake your canvas side to side, and make your painting come to life. All right, you ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Hi everyone, I'm Bert the Bunny.
Bird!
You created this for
Yes.
me? You took the time to create my food.
Yes, we love love you, Bert.
You're so resourceful and creative. May you receive all good things.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Well, until next time, see you.
See you. And stop losing your carrots. Housemates, of course, it has been a pleasure. Did you enjoy the painting? Good. Well, feel free to tag me. Go on your Instagram page and post your carrots and tag me. I'm going to repost them on my page. And then we're going to just track to see just how great of an artist you're going to become. How's that sound? Good? Good. Well, I think I'm ready for another adventure, but I just don't know where to go. I'll think about that later. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and I want to enjoy the sunlight, recharge my creative batteries. Yeah. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time, okay? Peace.